In 1973, the world paused to mourn the loss of extraordinary souls. Artists, actors, musicians, and visionaries whose lives left an indelible mark on humanity. These 15 luminaries, each a beacon in their craft, shaped our dreams, challenged our perspectives, and inspired our hearts. Today, we embark on a journey to honor their legacies with reverence and empathy, weaving their stories into a tapestry of memory. Let us walk this path together, celebrating lives that continue to illuminate our world. Pablo Picasso, the revolutionary of modern art, passed away on April 8, 1973, at 91. Born in Malaga, Spain in 1881, he was a prodigy whose early sketches hinted at genius. By his 20s, he was in Paris, pioneering Cubism, a radical reimagining of form that shattered artistic conventions. His 1937 masterpiece, Guernica, mourned the horrors of war, its jagged lines a universal cry for peace. Picasso's later years in Mougins, France, were spent painting with unrelenting passion, even as age slowed his steps. His private funeral, attended by family, contrasted with the global outpouring of grief. Bruce Lee, the dragon of martial arts, left us on July 20th, 1973, at just 32. Born in San Francisco in 1940 to a Cantonese opera star, Lee grew up in Hong Kong, where he studied Wing Chun and danced cha-cha. By 20, he was in America, blending philosophy and combat to create Jeet Kune Do. His films, The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Enter the Dragon, electrified audiences, redefining action cinema. His sudden death from cerebral edema in Hong Kong shocked the world. 20,000 fans lined the streets for his public viewing, their tears a testament to his charisma. John Ronald Royal Tolkien, the architect of Middle-earth, passed on September 2nd, 1973, at 81. Born in Bloemfontein, South Africa, in 1892, he was orphaned young and raised in England's West Midlands. A philologist at Oxford, his love for ancient languages birthed The Hobbit in 1937, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, epic tales of hobbits, elves, and hope against darkness. His quiet life, filled with pipe smoking and storytelling, ended in Bournemouth. His Oxford funeral was a humble farewell to a giant. Lyndon B. Johnson, America's 36th president, died on January 22, 1973, at 64. Born in Stonewall, Texas, in 1908, he rose from a rural school teacher to a political titan. Thrust into the presidency after Kennedy's assassination, he signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and launched the Great Society, programs to fight poverty and inequality. Yet Vietnam's shadow loomed, dividing a nation. His heart gave out at his Texas ranch. His Washington, D.C. funeral drew thousands, honoring a complex legacy. Jim Croce, the soulful troubadour, died in a plane crash on September 20th, 1973, at 30. Born in South Philadelphia in 1943, he grew up loving folk and blues, his voice a blend of grit and tenderness. Songs like Time in a Bottle and Bad Leroy Brown captured life's fleeting joys. Just as his star was rising, tragedy struck in Louisiana, silencing a voice that spoke to millions. His widow, Ingrid, later shared how his music was his love letter to the world. Henry Darger, the reclusive outsider artist, passed on April 13th, 1973, at 81. Born in Chicago in 1892, he endured a harsh childhood, losing his mother and spending years in an asylum. In solitude, he created The Story of the Vivian Girls, a 15,000-page epic with vibrant illustrations discovered only after his death. Living as a janitor, he poured his soul into a secret world. His quiet funeral reflected his unseen life, but his art now inspires. Veronica Lake, the noir siren, died on July 7, 1973, at 50. Born Constance Ockelman in Brooklyn in 1922, she captivated 1940s audiences with her sultry charm in The Blue Dahlia and This Gun for Hire. Her signature blonde locks and smoky voice defined an era, but personal struggles, divorce, alcoholism, dimmed her star. Her quiet Vermont funeral, far from Hollywood's glare, marked a life of brilliance and fragility. Eddie Rickenbacker, America's ace of aces, died on July 23, 1973, at 82. Born in Columbus, Ohio in 1890, he defied death as a World War I pilot, earning the Medal of Honor for downing 26 enemy planes. Later, he led Eastern Airlines through turbulent times. A survivor of a 1942 plane crash, adrift for 24 days, his resilience was legendary. His Miami funeral honored a man who soared above adversity. Betty Grable, the pinup queen, passed on July 2, 1973, at 56. Born in St. Louis, Missouri. Louis in 1916, her dazzling smile and roles in musicals like How to Marry a Millionaire made her a wartime icon. Her famous 1943 pinup photo boosted soldiers' morale. Despite personal losses, including 2 divorces, she radiated joy. Her Los Angeles funeral farewelled a star whose light never dimmed. Robert Ryan, the versatile actor, died on July 11, 1973, at 63. Born in Chicago in 1909, he brought depth to complex roles in Crossfire and The Dirty Dozen. A Marine Corps veteran and civil rights advocate, his off-screen integrity matched his craft. Battling lung cancer, he performed until the end. His understated New York funeral reflected a man of quiet strength. Lawrence Harvey, the charismatic star, passed on November 25, 1973, at 45. Born Zvi Moshe Skikne in Lithuania in 1928, he immigrated to South Africa and later England, where he rose to fame in Room at the Top. His chilling role in The Manchurian Candidate showcased his intensity. Cancer cut his life short. His London funeral mourned a talent unfulfilled. Lon Chaney Jr., horror's gentle giant, died on July 12, 1973, at 67. Born Creighton Chaney in Oklahoma in 1906, he followed his silent film star father into acting. His portrayal of the Wolfman brought pathos to monsters, reflecting his own struggles with alcoholism. His quiet San Clemente funeral honored a man who gave voice to the misunderstood. Wally Cox, the comedic everyman, passed on February 15, 1973, at 48. Born in Detroit in 1924, his nerdy charm as Mr. Peepers captivated 1950s audiences. A close friend of Marlon Brando, his quiet wit belied a deep intellect. His private Hollywood funeral reflected his humble spirit, leaving a legacy of laughter. Joe E. Brown, the comedian with the million-watt smile, died on July 6, 1973, at 81. Born in Holgate, Ohio, in 1891, he honed his craft in vaudeville before shining in films like Some Like It Hot. A baseball enthusiast, his warmth endeared him to all. His Brentwood funeral celebrated a life of joy. Pearl S. Buck, the Nobel Prize-winning author, passed on March 6, 1973, at 80. Born in Hillsborough, West Virginia, in 1892, she was raised in China by missionary parents. Her 1931 novel, The Good Earth, gave voice to Chinese farmers, earning her the 1938 Nobel. A humanitarian, she founded orphanages. Her Vermont funeral honored a bridge between cultures. As we close this journey, we carry the weight of 1973's losses, 15 souls whose brilliance shaped our world. Picasso painted our dreams. Lee fought for our strength. Tolkien wove our hopes. Johnson sought justice. Croce sang of time. J.R.R. created in silence. Lake shimmered. Grable uplifted. Rickenbacker soared. Ryan delved deep. Harvey burned bright. Cheney embraced shadows. Cox laughed. Brown smiled. Buck bridged hearts. Their departures. Bruce's 20,000 mourners in Hong Kong. Tolkien's quiet Oxford farewell. Johnson's grand Washington procession. J.R.R.'s art found in solitude. Remind us life is fragile, yet their legacies endure. They were human, flawed, yet their courage, art, and empathy echo beyond the grave. What does it mean to live so vividly that your light persists? They dared us to create, fight, dream, and love. Let us honor them by carrying their lessons forward, their spirits guiding us through time. May they rest in eternal peace.